awesome. I am here with Believe It or Not since 1975, done this great work. I'm here with the great queen, the great guru, the great teacher, everyone's mentor in NLP. She's worked with the founders, Richard Bandler and John Grinder, and now working on third generation NLP, correct? With Robert Dilts
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
NLP University, University of California, and doing her much followed transformation work all over the world. She's stuck in her home right now, but she continues to actually make waves and change the world. She's written an encyclopedia. Judith, I'm sure the young people, they don't know what an encyclopedia is. You've got to explain that later. But
They know
see,
what
she's
YouTube is, though.
yes, she has written an encyclopedia on systemic NLP, and now from encyclopedia to online, to online, still on
I
fire. The
know. It's, I didn't know if you could teach an old dog new tricks, but if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Well, you seem to be a magician right now before me. You continue to actually change mood and shift states. So you're doing so well. You're doing so well. And now here to just here with us here in Asia to actually fire us up a little bit for a short time and share with us a little bit of NLP. Please welcome and do your best cheer for none other than the great Judith DeLozier.
Awesome!
How are you, my friend?
I am good. I'm good. The fires have settled down. All the evacuated animals who were living in my house have now gone back to their beautiful homes in the mountains.
Mhm.
And I'm enjoying a little quiet space and talking to my friend Carrie.
In a long time, you deserve that. You've been with so many,
I do. I'm feeling
Yes,
it. I'm feeling it.
Your space has always been noisy with people wanting to be near you so that they could get infected by your
It's a
lovely
beautiful-
energy.
It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Honestly, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I felt so happy that I could easily open my arms to that, and hold the space. So
Hold the
just
space.
another
I like that.
layer
Hold
of
the
holding
space.
space.
Yes, hold the
I can
space.
do it. I
Speaking
can
of
do
that
it.
space, Judith, speaking of that space, in 1975, when NLP was founded, right? And then we went through so many different kind of tragedies as a world. But I think probably this is the first time that the entire world is actually down on its knees. And this is where NLP is much needed. I mean, where is NLP in all of this, crisis and everything?
It's a great question, Cherry. I think that's really well said. Yes, many things have happened to a lot of places over the years and a lot of suffering. And this time, the world's been brought to, humanity's been brought to her knees, by this invisible thing that we can't even see. It's like magic, right? The role that NLP has played, at least so far from my perspective, having talked to people all over the world, from India to Chile to England to Greece to Mumbai to, Malaysia and China, everywhere, the tools, people are asking for tools to be resilient, to let it unfold. Tools to allow us to keep breathing well, tools to allow us to sort of have a clear mind, to be at home in ourselves, even though there's a lot of uncertainty. There's always certainty here. And so that's what I've seen NLP's role. And it hasn't been just in the NLP community, but a large outreach into larger communities of just how can we, first of all, use the NLP tools to stay resilient, to stay healthy, to stay connected to ourselves and to others, to not be living in fear or anxiety or always frustrated, to be able to hold those emotions and be resilient and stay healthy. Because the healthier I can stay, the stronger my immune system's going to be. And that's what's being called now as a strong immune system. So take good care, and take good care of each other, and be kind. So, yeah.
I like it when you said, there's a lot of uncertainty outside, but there must be certainty inside,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then we begin
Yeah.
with biology, I guess. Take care of ourselves, our immune
Yeah.
system, so that we
Yeah.
could be alive for others who need us most.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I'm looking forward to seeing you fire us up and make us alive again.
well,
So
we
the
are
awesome,
alive. We're such great energy. We
yes,
represent energy. We are energetic beings, and that's what we're made of. And we got to take care of
everything.
ourselves. So when this amazing event's going to happen, where we can really get together and share some of these ideas with each other and support each other on this journey, because I think it would be really hard to do it alone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nobody does it alone, right? And
nobody does it alone. Nobody
yes,
does it well alone, and that's another thing that's so important about this time is, in my community, I feel like people have really reached out to each
mm-hmm,
other and to the larger communities they live in and said, well, I have some tools here. Please, if they work for you, use them,
yes,
please. They're thinking
yes.
about how we think. We can understand ourselves better and pull our resilience out of that space that we're talking about. It's there waiting.
Yes, that resilience thing. I remember when you said something to me in our last conversation. I could never forget that because like there's a lot of buzz about resilience, but you actually defined it for me at least in the best way. When you said resilience, is something when you actually fall down and climb and rise back up. It is a movement, and there
Yeah,
is
it is.
flexibility
Yeah,
in that movement.
it is
Uh,
absolutely right. It's the bouncing back, just like a ball. The ball
yeah,
gets hit, but it bounces back. Um,
right.
Life is pulling us all over. That's the
Mhm.
way I see it. Is like life is just pulling us from all over, and we're looking for places to find our our footing. To get
Mhm.
our balance, and that's where we have to go into the inner game, into the inner
Mhm.
landscape. Um,
I guess
because
I guess Judith, that's also what leadership is all about, right? The ability to actually bring people and shift them to another place. There's got to be some level of movement, right? To
there
a
has to
better
be,
place. Right.
absolutely. I call it a threshold. There has to be
What do you
sort of
call it? What's that?
a threshold, like
Okay.
enough people get touched
Mm.
by the possibility of their own potential and how
Mm.
much they can bring into reality through that potential with the support and sponsorship of others. Sponsorship
Mhm.
meaning I see you, you
All right.
exist, not sponsoring like a TV ad, but going, I
Yes.
see you, you exist, and I care. So I
Yes.
think that the kind of leveling up, and that is about awareness.
Mhm.
And NLP is about having an awareness of how I think, having an
Mhm.
awareness of my emotions, having an
Mhm.
awareness of what is my body doing,
Mhm.
and then they can connect that awareness to the world and to the mother earth that supports us, so that I can find right relationship again. We
Right.
don't have right relationship.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. And before I let you go, I have one question. This is called the Awesome People Conference. What does awesome mean to you? What do you think is being an awesome person? What does that mean?
Well, when the first thing that comes to my mind when I think of awesome is just nature.
Mm,
And for me, we are nature. I think people like to think humans are not somehow part of nature, but the reality is we are nature. We're as much nature as the tree, as the bird, as any other living creature. And we forget it. That's why we're out of relation. So when I think of awesome, I think of nature, and that means human beings, awesome, because they are part of nature. They are nature.
that's great. What resonated with me when you said nature is also it's our natural birthright to be awesome. Yeah, right. It
Absolutely.
is a responsibility to be
Yeah.
superlative,
Yes.
just like you.
I mean, I when you say that, I think of a, a quote that said, "All children are born magic." All
I love it.
children are magical creatures because they have no limitation. They
Yes.
they are pure system.
I like it.
They
Pure system.
they're pure system. They don't have any beliefs about what's right or wrong. They don't have any self-doubt about who they are. They don't they're just this pure essence.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
And then they're
children.
taught
You say that again. Sorry, I interrupted. What do you say?
and then we teach them what to pay attention to and not pay attention to, and
Mhm.
then they learn language and they stabilize the world, and then we spend the rest of our lives trying to expand it. Right.
Yes. Or diminish it.
Or diminish it. Yeah, or diminish it. Good point. Good point.
Right. So we are so good at reducing ourselves. We become reductive and not additive. And on December 5, we are going to actually break borders and be even more additive. So we look
I
forward to
pray
that.
for that. I pray for that.
Yes.
I will dance for
Yes.
that. I will sing for that. And I look
Wonderful.
forward.
Said by a great lady, all children are born magic. We have been, we have died and we are going to, have a great rebirth again.
It's about having an awesome life. This is about blooming. This is about bringing your potential forward. This is about having a higher quality life, regardless what's going on around you. Okay,
Yes.
come and join us. Thank you, Terry.
Beautiful, beautiful. Judith, thank you.